Hello y'all, this is the Red Flood mod for Hearts of Iron 4, where post-war peace after World War I went extinct like the dodo bird and never happened. We're going to Asia to play as Imperial Japan, who's a bit of a glass cannon after losing the Russo-Japanese War, which is the point of divergence in this alternative history scenario. Checking out our leadership at the start of the game, Japan is led by Emperor Yasuhito because his older brother Hirohito died in his timeline, but in real life Yasuhito was an officer of the Imperial Japanese Army and patron of several sporting and medical organizations, and after World War II was known as the Sporting Prince, who earned this nickname by promoting rugby and skiing. Starting national spirits are Yasuhito, political instability, severe inequality, rural backwater, and Saibatsu Dominion. We have a relatively good-sized army, a large navy with Nagato acting as the most prominent vessel, and a large amount of planes. For tech, the weapons are up to date. We got motorized, some support companies, tanks are up to 1934, basic artillery from 1934, and up to date close air support and naval bombers. Going to check out the military leadership, we have a lot of commanders and 2 field marshals. Switching over to the Navy, we have quite a few admirals, a lot of commanders for our fleet. Japan has 3 starting subjects, the Korean government, Mantetsu, and the Empire of Indochina in Vietnam. We do have a starting with the Beijing government in Beijing, but we also got a focus to help us for 90 days to 3 months campaign. Hopefully the Mach Click can help us hit them from another direction. The Mach Click accepts, so they will be hitting them from the west. A lot of Beijing divisions have been trapped in our offensive toward their capital. Our nation suffers a terrible economic crash due to too much investment in the military. The Beijing government is defeated by 3 months have even passed. Sorry, Mach Click, even though you helped us, you will get nothing from this war. The political stability in the country boils over with a strike on the ship Mikasa, causing a civil war. To recover from the sunset crash, we will be bailing out the Saibatsus. Tokyo is taken by the revolutionaries, so the new emergency capital will be Nagasaki. Another blow for the nation. The colonial possessions have broken off, either becoming independent or being taken by neighboring powers who have some sort of claim on them. Loyalist units rise up to defend the country, and Taiwan breaks off to go do their own thing, now free from Japanese control. We got 4 loyalist militia from that event. They will supplement the main army arriving into the port. The 3-month campaign effects are over, and the military is beginning to push the enemy back. While the other side did take a part of our navy, it seems we still had the most dominant portion, so once we defeat it, we will control the seas around the home islands. Marine brigades take a port behind enemy lines, they will just sneak up behind them. 1 unit of the Marines is able to just march into Tokyo. We won the conflict, so we take the whole country back. Loyalist victory, the socialists are crushed and the emperor reigns once more. Looking at our neighbors, the Anhui clique fights the imperial authority. Things get worse for the imperial authority very fast. With that internal conflict resolved, we can now focus on the warlords in China. For our political path, we go with imperial decree, and to keep Yasuhito, we're going with the Aijin restoration. Using our conquered land, we declare war on the Zili clique. With that done, next up is the Nanjing national government. I'll give them some credit, we got through their entire country before their front line collapsed. Continuing the focus tree, we're going to go with Tokyo Colonial Society, and just below that we'll take Korean referendum. The referendum is done, the ballots are rigged, and Japan will get all of Korea. Korea, with that referendum, also gave us all of their military. We're going to go with the loyalty test for the cores, but we do lose some manpower, but get stability. They beat the imperial authority, so Anhui clique is now fighting Trans-Baikal. They were already at war with the Xinjiang Autonomous Province. Taiwan stops an invasion by annexing the land we were just about to attack. Sunset Crash recovery is nearly done by establishing the Zaibatsu military-industrial complex. Soon we can begin industrial revitalization. Yeah, Japan is now fighting Taiwan. Checking out Europe, Bulgaria is dying. Austrian Reich is attacking Switzerland after eating up the Czechoslovak kingdom. The Spanish Civil War is ongoing, and the Germans are in Denmark. Taiwan is being pushed back on mainland China, but their island fortress is more of a problem. That was overcome, so now we're going to declare war on the Lungying clique in order to get to Indochina. Marines were able to naval invade and take out a port they weren't defending. Corruption scandal in Japan, the government is cracking down on the Saibatsus. At this point, the Anhui clique has almost about consolidated everything, but they're now fighting the Khotan Emirate. France and Germany are fighting, but Germany has a big piece of Scandinavia now. We gotta promote or arrest someone, and as part of the focus tree, might as well promote them. The buffs are okay. The Russian Empire looks a little different this time around. They are fighting the Siberian General Governorate, though. Things were so much simpler before because the Russian Empire is now in a conflict with the Third International, besides having to deal with the Siberian Governorate. The Japanese Empire is reborn. We get a name change. We're no longer Imperial Japan, now the Empire of Japan. The war with Indochina is approaching, but first we gotta beat the Yunnan clique and the National Restoration Alliance. Out of nowhere, Netherlands joins the Third International. The crackdown becomes an investigation, and some of the members of the Big Four are being tried for treason. With that concluded, the Lotus Act will take place, which will give less freedom to the Saibatsus. Since I thought it was faster, Japan is going to fight the Yunnan clique and the National Restoration Alliance at the same time. Corruption in the Big Four is purged, and the economic outlook for the country improves. In the military part of the focus tree, we're going with air-land battle, then artillery support to get Air Force Army integration. On to the Empire of Indochina. Marines are not having a fun time, even with all the naval invasion support they're getting. The advance is successful, and 22 enemy divisions are stuck in Hanoi. One of the landings for the Marines did work out, and we've reinforced it in southern Vietnam. The Empire of Indochina is a puppet again, so we can now appoint a new Governor General. Hirohito will be acting as new Governor General of Indochina. Indochinese management national focus is completed. Indochina will demand border regions from the Rattana Kazan Kingdom. They can't just say no, and if they do, nothing will change at all. After all that, we can start the Mantatsu Project, then the Colonial Incentives Program, then integrate Mantatsu entirely. The Rattana Kazan Kingdom, aka Siam, refuses Japanese pressure. The border regions will not go to Indo-Chinese control, but Indochina does now have a war goal on them. Europe is a little different. Germany attacks Poland. Netherlands has taken all of France, while Germany is in Russia. Mantatsu integration is completed. The Fang Tian clique is no more, and the Intimarium has been sandwiched to death. Japan was able to bounce back after the Civil War, and I'm going to stop the video here. Make sure to check out the mod in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all later.